Okay, I think we're all set. Let's double check. Yes, I still have my audio. Good. Alright, moving on. Alright, let's go get this shit. This should be easy, right? 'Cause I think, if I remember right, it's here. Yeah, one day I'll get a shot of you too. Just 1 second. Where the hell is it? It's up here, right, Jet? Okay, before I forget, let's get a shot of this stuff in case I ever need it. No. Oh, why do I have? Why do I have? HUD, why do you do this to me? There we go. Alright, so in case I ever need to get a shot of this stuff, I can say, yep, I got it. I got it. It's been done. Let's do higher LODs. Ah! Yeah, there we go. Alright. Undo the higher LOD. Oh. Pause. Alright, now we need to go to Forfare Off. Joff, the Game Awards guy, spent time with FromSoftware recently. Oh, okay, then that probably means we're getting the announcement, like, probably early next month. Possibly end of this month. I don't know if they'll have an interview or anything ready by Friday, but it's definitely possible. Thanks for telling me, John. Let's do the same thing here. Ah! Alright, we'll do this. Yep, okay, perfect. Well, if I have trouble with the rain, that's a future Loki issue. Alright, we got the Dectus medallions. Were my Halberd pictures good? Yeah, they were great. I actually understood exactly what you were talking about when I saw them. Thanks so much, Xavier. I never even thought about, like, the cloth thing. I was just like, okay, it's just like a little add-on. But funny, they actually did do it so they could save themselves on, like, remodeling the spear. Okay, so this is going to trigger Radon, but we don't care because I think I got all the relevant stuff for Radon. Let's get up here. Oh my god. There we go. Can't believe they made me wait. Get this over with. Where do I need to go? We have to go across the bridge, so let's do it. Can you enter the free cam while in the cutscene? As far as I'm aware, no. I think I need to do something special in order to do that. Let's get this while we're here. Isn't there a map around here? Wow, I actually been really good about getting maps on this character. That's actually kind of surprising. Hey, Night Scout. Alrighty, we go this way. I forget where you take me. If you're done with the Last Scion photos, would it be okay to check the artistic analytics series of the Dying Towers? Yeah, sure, I got some time. Coolio. Oh, right. I forget how to get to Gelmir from where I was, but I think we're on the right track now. Yeah, it should be a straight shot now. I wonder why they wanted to have a Banished Knight Spear model. Because, those are supposed to be Banished Knight weapons in general. I think the spear was probably better than just using, halberd stuck in the ground every time. So, variety, essentially. Right. You have the regular spear here, you have the sword here. Okay, now have the spear with the cloth here for that big fluttering effect, right? You know, kind of a classic battlefield, remnant of war and all that. You also got the variation with the shield around here. Anyway, not important. We're here for the Scion. Where the hell is that ladder? Oh, there you are. No prob. Joff posted on Twitter like 20 minutes ago. I just saw it. Coolio, John. So, what that tells me is that, like I said, we're probably gonna get something regarding the new Elden Ring DLC very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if content creators and stuff have also been given the chance to, like, play demos or something of the DLC or whatever. I haven't heard anything, by the way, on that front, so don't take that too seriously. I'm just acknowledging the possibility. Ah, so that's where you are. Fascinating. I think we can get away. Yeah, I think we can get away with this. No, we can't get away with that, though. Actually, maybe. Yeah. We might be able to. I think we could have a better shot composition here. Like, I feel like that's possible. So let's try moving it out a bit more like this. I don't know, maybe I was wrong. I'm not feeling this. Hello, my buddy. There you go. That awkwardness where it doesn't properly, like, have collision annoys me. Hey, Kimlee, good to see you. God, I hate you. Alright, that's it. We're cutting off your leg. I'm sorry, you're in the way. You are in the way. Alright. Is that a golden banner of Rykard's emblem up near the Scion? It's a golden banner with the serpent symbol on it. Though it's not exactly like the one used for Langdell, as you can see. You got the sorcerer stuff here. Got our favorite marionettes. You got the Langdell soldiers getting their ass beat, like, right over here. Poor guys. Then I know when you go up here, You get the ones who are, what's it called? Been, frenzied. Yeah, that's the word. God, you know, it's been a while since I've had to deal with Frenzy Flame. I can't even remember the term. Oh, there's items and stuff here. Did that get in the way of my shots at all when I was doing this? Nope. It's all covered. Thank goodness. That's weird. Aren't Rykard's banners more red in the catacombs where they're strung up? The Hero's Grave has red banners. I can't remember if those are Volcano Manor banners or Rykard banners specifically. I think this is the only time we see these kind of banners. What is interesting is they do use the Erd Tree thing on the top, but again, that could just be because they're reusing stuff. They have Erd Tree banners here. Yeah, I think it's only... Yeah, I think it's only up here where they use this, Rykard symbol with the serpent devouring the world. Got Rykard's face, too, with it. The crown. And that's where you find the marionettes here in this area. Got the merchant boy here. I think there's more... Yeah, there's more marionettes here. And then, like I said, it goes back to the Langdell soldiers, right? So it's just a clusterfuck up this cliff. That's why you have so many... You have the two different factions so intermixed here. Anyway... Any better shots I can get here? I mean, it's not the worst in the world, admittedly. I think this is fair. I think this is fair. I wonder if the Scion and the Golden Rykard banners represent small lines between them. I doubt it. Again, you also find a Langdell soldier up here. So again, it's just mixing up stuff. The idea is that you have the Langdell and Rykard forces kind of like, you know, like intermix, like still struggling against each other and all that, because this seems to be like the clear dividing line where things basically are kind of, what's the word? Like a clear loss we see, and then here's like the more ongoing shit from the more recent conflicts. And then you got, like, the Langdell soldier over there. You got the Scion who jumps down from up here. Because keep in mind, he should already have jumped down by now. Like, he's supposed to jump down, like, around, like, this point or whatever. But I've been running around with stealth mode, so he's just stuck up there, like, waiting for his aggro to trigger. Yeah, okay. I think that's it for the shots here. And this is like, oh, I have a stake America. Looks like two fronts meeting. Yeah, basically. It just becomes this clusterfuck. So you have a mixture where you have the marionettes. See, it's like goes Langdell, Rykard, Langdell, Rykard, Langdell, all the way at the top. But they're like frenzied and stuff. And then finally get to Volcano Manor where it's Rykard with the frenzied troll thing. Yeah, they still use the Erd Tree stuff. You know what? Oh, right, I don't have binoculars. That's why. Lol. Let's try to force you down, actually, for a second. This'll be fun, chat. No, I hate it. I hate all the shots here. No. Okay, we're gonna end this. Hello? There you go. Alright, that's his problem. But no one say I didn't get my shots. Alright, what do you want to see, Night Scout? You wanted to go to the Divine Towers? Let's go to another account. I guess that's why the soldiers eat each other here. Snake energy messing with their brains. Yeah, I don't know about the cannibalism thing either. Like, it doesn't stand out to me exactly why. It's like I get it thematically to foreshadow, like, the stuff that goes on with Rykard and stuff, but I don't understand, like, the exact reasons why they're like, you know what? Let's just eat each other. Doesn't quite click my brain quite yet. Okay, check out the model of the winged scythe. Sure, I think I have it. So let's do that, and then we'll go to the thing while we're there. Oh, we gotta put you away. Wait, no, you're not supposed to go away. As I could probably sell all the weapons considering I'm a sorcerer build, but... where is it? Whatever, I'll find it later, I'm sure. Scythe, 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 scythe. Ah, there you are. Scythe, 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 scythe. There it is. Yeah, I don't care. Got the wings. You got hooded figure man. I can't tell if he's holding anything or if he just has his hand to his chest. But yeah, you got hooded figure. You got another robed figure. This one more like a old bearded man type. So we got like sage energy from this little detail. Yeah, it looks like bearded old man in a toga or whatever. Actually, reminds me of the profane capital slash the Aldia statues, right? That you see in like Lost Petil and Aldia Manor. I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually reusing that model or something for this. Would not surprise me. Yeah. Let's get the shot of this while we're here. There we go. I was like, I could not find the button. Man, look at those wonderful, high-quality graphics. Truly, a next-gen game, ain't that right? Alright, and now we need to look at Divine Tower iconography right after this, so let's... Okay, we're done. Yeah, you know, let's just go. I can put this thing away whenever. Where should we go? What would be a good-looking... I think here is fair. Hey, how's it going, Loki? Vans, it's good to see you. How you been? Enjoying Demon Souls again? Taking a chill break? Either way, it's wonderful having you in here. That might be a woman with long hair rather than a hooded man. It looked definitely like a hood, but I'll double check again because I was not paying attention too close. And this is why we take the screenshot. Loki, did you ever look at the skellies in Aeonia? No, I have not done that because I wasn't planning to. But since you mentioned it, I don't mind checking for you. Again, if it's the skeletons I'm thinking about, I'm pretty sure that's just like supposed to be like a cow skeleton or something. Iconography here. Look, guys. It's the symbol of the fell god, see? It's 8 circles with a meteor in the center. That obviously means it's the fell god. This is one of the, like, common, like, iconography stuff they use, right? Like, just a mess of different things. This stuff. Man, I love my abstract shapes. Look like a Rorschach chest. Loki, you should have seen the Germa Exalant mod. What? Germa Alant? What is this? God damn it, why did it delete my message? I just wanted to put a... I have no idea, Vens. Take it up with YouTube. God damn it, why did I... let's see, I'm curious if these lion engravings are in the other towers. Which lion engravings are we talking about? The Kayla Tower seems to have lion faces sculpted into the rectangular blocks on the exterior under the triangular archways. Let's try to find that then in the Kayla Tower then. Kayla over here. Soodle-noop! Greetings, fleshy mammals. Greetings. Squiggly. Alright, so where would be these lions you mentioned? Are you talking about these things? I remember these are the only things I remember being animals, and they're not really lion-like. But I assume you're talking about something else. Lions. Ooh. Ah! Said under the archways, right, Night Scout? I'm never playing Demon Souls. I'll become a Demon Souls hater. Gasp! Nardi, how could you? While Venz is in the chat? Really? That's just mean. The route climbing up the tower, not a topic. Gotcha. So these archways, then, you mean? Are here. Blasphemy! Exactly, chat. How can you hate any FromSoftware game besides DS2? It's just impossible, clearly. You're around here now? Ah, here we go. These have to be it, right? I'll be honest, I'm not sure if those are supposed to be lions specifically. For some reason, it reminds me of, like, a baboon face. I don't think so, though, because it looks like it does have ears, so maybe it's supposed to be, like, some sort of cat or dog or something. Actually, here's a question. Is it the same thing as that abstract animal we saw further up? That's one way to find out. I don't know. Ever since I... There we go. Nope, definitely not. Anything else on the upper sections? Nope, it's just those lower sections, it looks like. Oh, no, here it is. We found it. I like how it does the meteorites, right? But not the floor. I just find that funny. Looks like a weird beastman or chimera, the other thing on the walls. It just looks like weird, abstract stuff. I would be surprised if they took stock images for all this and just were like, okay, we need really detailed, ornate imagery here, and just, like, put it together. Would not surprise me in the slightest. This stuff I know you find, like, near the doorways and stuff on most of the towers, so we're gonna get a better shot there. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything else special here, so let's go to the other tower. Also, you can check the rough, almost dried molten rocks on the side of each tower. When I tested, they seem to all be on the east and northern sides of the towers. I guess it depends on how they oriented the towers, because I think the towers are mostly copy-paste with just, like, moving, like, door assets and stuff. Yeah, see, I knew there was, like, going to be a better one here. This thing, I can't even tell what the face is supposed to be. Like, I guess this is supposed to be the front, maybe? Like, it just looks like they got some random imagery. Oh yeah, well I'm thinking about it. Demon Souls fun fact of the day. It's no longer a fun fact. Shut up, Nardi. Keep going, thens. Ignore the haters. Anyway, let's check for our baboon, cat, dog thing. Well, they're here at least. Don't really see them elsewhere. Ah, here they are. So in the lower sections here. Anyway, let's check directions. So this would be east, yeah, okay. So let's see, east. Kind of reminds me of the volcano, right? The volcanic rock with, like, the yellow mixed with the regular sediment, so just pointing that out there. So this is, like, mostly east side, right? So this we'll put here for east. Are those fishtails or fish heads both animal carving? I don't know if it's anything, to be honest. Oh god, we have to wait for this crap. And this is at ×5 speed. Anyway, monumental mode is not a thing. People heard about True Death and made up a name for it because it was 2012 and people don't understand anything. I didn't even hear about monumental mode. I'm kind of curious if that was just something you knew then, or you found it while trying to look up background information on the permadeath. Either way, cool to know. And yes, fans will come up with the weirdest shit. Can confirm, am a fan. Okay, so, this we are facing northeast, southwest, okay. Okay. So north. East, north, here. It's weird it never enters the windows like someone carved the towers or that stuff. That could just be artistic license, to be honest. I know TA put forth the idea that, like, a meteor impact or something occurred and caused all that rock and stuff to be heaped up and therefore cover the towers. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Again, I'm not sure, but I think it's one of his better theories he's come up with. Unfortunately, the rest of that video just, yeah, it's yikes. Pretty yikes for me. Kinda north? Yeah, I'll be honest, if it's supposed to be like a volcanic rock from an impact or whatever, because like, yes, the towers triangulated and summoned a meteor down to crash in this midpoint selection between them. I don't think it was done, I don't think they designed each tower to reflect that very well. Someone mentioned in my chat while I was streaming confused the hell out of me because it's just not a thing. Really? So that's how you figure out about it, yeah. I would have been confused too if someone told me, what about monumental mode? I'd be like, what? What, are you talking about, like, I don't know, God mode or something? Like, you can never die? Like, you become the monumental and immortal? Like, I would be so confused. I do not blame you. Uh-huh. Kinda north-ish? Kinda weird. This one I think we have to go from up here, right? Let's do this tower here, get it over with. I was thinking more that it'd be debris from the meteorite hitting Farm Azul, but I was curious if the rocks could indicate some impact or upheaval. That's an interesting notion, is that might come from the meteorite there. Who knows? Might even explain the meteorite that hit Farm Azula. You never know. Anyway. Here, right? Right? Alright, so... yeah, I think that's all of them that I can place, right? So let's see, east, east, north, north, kinda in between northeast. Yeah, it's not lined up in any way to logically make sense. That already ruins the illusion, but again, for completionist's sake, let's do the last one. I keep checking the rocky sides of the towers have different colors depending on the tower. That one I was looking, it seems like it's all the same. It all has that sulfur, like, gold color to it. I wish I barely went on Twitter. But then, you never know what wonderful comments you're gonna get from people. Yeah, same thing here. I mean, this faces Farm Azula at least, right? So east, northish, 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 east. Yeah, it doesn't quite make sense. Because again, Farm Azula would be here, right? So you can make sense of it so far as here, here. Then it starts getting, yikes, like it should be more here, if anything. Plus there's this here, and it's getting really far from Farm Azula. So yeah, I don't think that it has anything to do with, I don't think it lines up. Like, maybe the impact theory for either the center here through the towers, like triangulating something, or I guess hexagonaling or whatever the word would be, or the Farm Azula impact site here could be an explanation for the rocks that are covering these towers. But I honestly don't think, the environmental storytelling is, you know, perfectly, like, logical there in terms of how they expressed it. Stormcaller Church. You can warp there via Tower of Return. Yeah, we're going. The Dree from Farm Azula hit all the way to Lyria, so it could fly in the air. Yeah, but the location is still odd. Again, if it was flying through the air, again, these you can... It's all flat ground, or relatively flat ground, so you can make an argument for debris hitting Weeping Peninsula, Limgrave, and Liurnia, right? But then the towers, if they were hit, they would be hit. At least some of it would be going from the back here, not on, like, the sides over here. And then obviously up here it should be more southward. Yeah, again, I'm not saying that the theories are wrong, by the way. I'm just saying that the environmental storytelling isn't going to be exact. So it's not like a slam dunk, you can use this as evidence for, like, something like that, right? It's just not the best example you could use in an argument. Or at least I should say best single example. I think it could work as, like, a collective case. Alright, anything else you guys want me to do before we head out? Looking back, I did not like TA's digest of the history of the Divine Towers at all. At some point, it just spirals into something unrecognizable. Either that, or I'm even dumber than I think. No, Kimlee, I agree with you. I was okay with the theory for the first, like, 2/3. Like, I was like, okay, this is generally pretty sane. Then it just falls off a cliff for me. It just absolutely goes pew, down into the abyss. I'm just like, okay, this is absolute garbage. Like, absolute illogical nutso stuff. Like, it's gotten, like, crazy. And again, this is I think a problem inherent in TA's methodology. I think, as John has pointed out in the past, TA is like a history channel first, disguising himself as a FromSoftware channel, and you can just kind of feel it. Like, there's just so much emphasis on just basically trying to make the historical connections for the sake of the historical connections, and not trying to actually make an analysis in the game. And then, you know what, if there's a cool little historical connection there you can tie in, sure, that'd be great, right? It's very similar to what Charred Thermos did with Bloodborne. Charred Thermos had similarly unhinged theories based on, like, some of the weirdest inferences of, like, Victorian history and culture and society and stuff, and connecting them to the actual, like, Bloodborne lore. Like, Hemwick turned into, from, you know, oh, they're not actually burning bodies, they're actually a laundromat. It's like, what? Hemwick! Just the world's most obscure laundromat in history, and it's just like, you just, at some point, you just have to wonder if they're just so wrapped up in this idea they have, that if you just look through the lens of history, you could explain all the lore or whatever, that they don't realize how absolutely insane some of their conclusions sound. Skeletons? Skellies! What about Skellies, Nardi? There's no way the FA made a fucking space laser. Let's see. It's sort of like the towers may have been carved out of the stone, and then someone was left over instead of removed from the windows. That's another possibility. It could be that this is from an impact event, and then the sulfur, like, rock stuff is, like, leftover stuff that didn't get carved or whatever. I would argue that that also doesn't perfectly come off the way you're looking at this because it's super clean. But, you know, that's just the problem of, like, FromSoftware. They do a lot of stuff like this where they put objects together so it doesn't look, quote-unquote, natural, right? And like you said, from the inside, it looks even weirder, right? Because it just doesn't look like this is something that was carved out of the rock. It just looks like someone took two objects and put them together to, like, overlap them, and in some ways really awkwardly with the way it clips. But again, that's fine. I definitely don't think it's a crazy idea to say maybe these were all carved out of the rock itself. And that maybe this is, like, debris from an impact event that happened who knows how long ago. I think it could work. How dare you say TA is wrong? He discovered that the Healing Church was established before Lawrence's time. Nardi, please. Please, I don't need the aneurysm right now. Oh, my brain. It hurts. Just briefly processing that for half a second. It hurts. I was thinking the towers might be made almost with magic if the towers were made from molten rock. I mean, yeah, why not? I don't see any reason why it couldn't be. Oh, by the way, I think the glowing stones found in Consecrated Snowfield are Sanctuary stones because they're exactly the same as the Harvest Stone model for them, and they even sparkle the same. Okay. By the way, for those wondering, Sanctuary stones are, temple stones. Same term for the temple in, for Farum Azula. Also, fun fact, the term for temple here, in this case, refers to a house of God. The more you know. I can't remember if it's this temple, or maybe both are. Actually, you know what? Let me look up the, let's just quickly look up Farum Azula grace points. I'll get my answer. I don't remember off the top of my head what the Japanese ones for these were. This is the problem with playing the game in English with you guys pretty much exclusively. I do not remember. I do not retain, like, much of the Japanese script in my brain. Don't trigger Loki! I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. I am completely and totally calm. Unbothered, as you might say. Grace points. It's not in... Yeah, they didn't put in... Okay, maybe it's in Legacy Dungeons. Okay, Lowdale... no, oh, there it is. Crumbling Farum Azula. Grace points, grace points, grace points. Oh, does this article not have a general grace point? Okay. Okay, no, but there's a difference between... Okay, so this one is a... Yeah, this one's more like Dragon Church. Where is it? What would that be? Crumbling Graves, Dragon Pit Temple facing balcony. Okay, it'd be this one. So this would be like the Dragon Church. Okay. To Dragon Church. Okay, so that would be... Yeah. Got the temple left. We got the temple facing balcony. Uh-huh. Yeah, so they call it a tempest here, but the term used is tornado because, again, now keep in mind tornado means in Japanese, like, whirling dragon, because, as we know, that giant tornado has, like, Placky in there or something. Outdoor. Da-da-da. You got the church one here. Where's the transept? Is that here? Is that the altar? No, here it is. Okay. So this is the transept. Yeah, that's the Godskin Duo. This is the lift section, right? Yeah. That's the rooftop. That's the bridge. What's Malekith's area called? Does anyone know what that grace point is called? Because I haven't fought Malekith as a boss yet, so I don't know. Okay, check the description of the Stormwing arrows and the Great Golem arrows. Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, let me open that up. It's gonna take forever to load, so. I heard Baltoy or someone said one of the wikis is doing a good job with Japanese description stuff. Maybe I should like favorite that and have that at the ready. Kaled skeletons. Oh, the skellies. That's right. You know what? Let's do that while I look up the stuff. Sure. Okay. So you guys have to tell me which skeletons I think the Grace is just Malekith, the Black Blade. Oh, so it doesn't tell us which is the temple. Now, granted, I think they refer to Farum Azula as a whole as a temple, which again makes sense if we take the literal meaning of like a house of God. I mean, technically it's like a manor of God, but you guys get what I mean, right? It's the same thing as like the English equivalent house of God. Japanese are just more explicit about how fancy God's house is. It's like a manor palace thing. Oh, you know what? We forgot, though. Oh, it's done. Now, if I'm right, it should be one of the skeletons here. So is this what you guys are talking about? This thing? Oh. Let's lock the camera now. A little higher. There we go. Now we can lock the camera. Okay, I'm tabbing out. The fandom wiki has the JP text and the English text. That's cool. It's very sparse on the details beyond that. Well, it's an English wiki. I don't expect much. Fandom took a year to try making an ER wiki, so a lot of their usual contributors tried to make the Fextra Life one not stink instead. Unfortunately, it's still Fextra Life. Alright, so, the arrows. Let me double check the name for you, Xavier. Stormwing arrows and Golem Great arrows. Okay, Stormwing. That's not a Stormwing. I guess it's under weapons then, right? Just keep loading, just keep loading. Is it the bone arrow or is it a different? I assume it's bone arrow. Yeah, Stormhawk feathers, one of the craftable items. Stormwinds. Okay. Let me put this description on a separate page so I can compare them directly. And then the other one is the Golem Great, right? Golem's Great Arrow, right? Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, yeah, so the term for wind is the same, though obviously the Japanese for the Stormhawk one references the idea of winds of the storm, whereas what was the other one? Yeah, it just mentions it's swirled. It just has like wind swirling around it. It does use somewhat similar terminology, though it's not exact. Yeah, this one's more like I mean, both of them sort of have this idea of like twisting and wrapping around, basically. Though again, they just use like different terms to kind of like denote that. But yeah, it's both referring to wind. Extra Life be like, hey, here's the items you found in this area. It gives a half-ass list and it's riddled with inconsistencies. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, those are the skeletons. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, so I've seen these before. You can find these all around. I guess, yeah, it would make sense if it's a horn thing. Actually, you know what? This makes me think. It reminds me of Torrent. Now that I think about it, it kind of reminds me of Torrent. I wonder. And you guys said it kind of looks draconic, which I can also see. I wonder, how far can you see these skeletons? I thought they were only, like, in the area of the swamp. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in random spots around here. And keep in mind, this map is filled with bones, so it's like, it's not like we're hurting for bones to be splashed around here, especially on roads. Maybe down here there's a lot of bones in this area. Nope, still nothing. Just weapons and things from the Banished Knights and stuff. Its horns aren't the same as horns. Yeah, but they could be doing, like, variety and stuff. But yeah, I get your point. You think that it's too rigid to be a Tauren type of mount. Alright, let's check around here. Yep, still nothing. So yeah, it's basically like only in the swamp area itself, huh? I think we can safely rule out it's like a spawn of the swamp, right? 'Cause the way that like the rot's growing on it and stuff. I think we can rule that out. It really looks like it's based on the horse model, at least. There we go. I'd take that shot. To be fair, they use horse models for Beastman stuff in Farm Azula, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're repurposing this for, like, a dragon model or something. Like, I wouldn't put it past them. They're like, ah, we'll just adjust the horns and, like, add more rod and stuff. It'll be fine. They'll get it. It doesn't have teeth like the horse. That's true. It doesn't have the same teeth stuff either. I did some checking. It seems like there's a lot of lots of Lazuli Moon guys and 2 unique Twin Sages in Lazuli and Aluna's if you go near Celia with this super speed enemy non-aggro. Could you check how many Conspectus types are in the town? Sure. Let's check Conspectus. I forget which one's Elivinus. It's not this one, right? Or is it? God, I can't remember which one Elivinus is. I want to say it's this one, but I could be crazy. Nobles, nobles. No one else here. I assume this is Elivinus. Let's see, no, that's not you. You. Yeah, more sword boy. Twin sages. That's another one. Oh wait, no, that's a different guy, isn't it? I think it's a different guy. I don't remember his head being that curly. Yeah, nothing here. Twin sages. These guys. This is Carlos, right? With the Chemtear. Twin Sage. God, I can't tell these guys apart. They all start looking the same to me. Different guys that live in this. The problem is I don't remember which is the different guy. Anyway, you guys are watching. You can keep count for me if you know. I think that's everywhere they can spawn. Inadvertent astrologer stream. Nardi pleased. Their robes distinguish them too, right? Only Lazuli has the pale blue robes. Well, good luck having me distinguish the color of their robe when they're all ghosty, boys. Yeah, I think I've covered every inch and corner. We're just finding repeats now. God, there's so many of Sword Boys. Honestly, there are really not that many sorcerers when you think about it. It just feels that way because they kind of all appear and disappear and reappear. There's more guys up here too, if I remember. I think it's like 2 sword boys and a regular sorcerer, or maybe 1 sword boy and 2 sorcerers. Shake my head, he's gonna be writing a doc on astrologers. Listen, I don't need to memorize every single helmet face when I can just write it all down once and never have to worry about it again. The beauty of the invention of writing. Now let's just go up here and do it anyway, just for the sake of it. All I ever asked Beg Loki for is the astrologer and Karia docs and how I can help. You've been doing a lot of help already, Nardi, though it does suck that you lost some of the data. That is a disappointment, but what can you do? So, 1 sword boy, 2 sword boys, so it is 2. It's this guy. Okay. Leather tiara equals Carlo, silver tiara plus sword equals Lazuli. The sword's all I need to know. Cloth band equals Olivinus. I did. Yeah, let's do that. To be fair, it's only like 3 locations if I recall correctly. There's also the Hermit's Village, right? Like, there's a bunch of like mini areas where you have a bunch of variety, right? So, if I remember correctly, you have sorcerers like here. You got the one here. Obviously, the Academy. You got some in Kari Manor. I think that's it for Liurnia. You have some at the Hermit Village. You have, like, one guy up here by the village windmill stuff, right? Obviously, you also have the more of them in Hailing Tree shit, right? That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. And then you have, like... Actually, no, you don't have any up here in the astrologer areas, do you? Yeah, so I think I covered all those places. It's like they're in a few different areas. There's not that many more. Oh, no, I meant at 3 locations I lost the data for. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Nardi. I mean, I guess that's an upside, but, like, it still sucks. It never feels good to lose your data, as I would know. Why would the Moon Heretics Ling hang out with the Star Simps, though? Maybe I missed something. I mean, the Moon is still a star. Or at least, I guess I should say, presumably still a star. So, I don't think that precludes them from wanting to be interested in, like, Nox Cosmos shit. I wonder if the Luzier and Celia because Radon is a Karian. I mean, I don't see any reason to immediately deny it, at least. I think that's at least an avenue worth pursuing. Again, I think it's a matter of just contact between the two schools. So you have a bunch of people from Celia going to learn at the academy, and then they return to Celia. Could Radon brought some over? Sure, maybe. I think it's just a general, like, cross-pollination thing going with the sorcerer cultures. We have to keep in mind, the idea is supposed to be you have, like, this, you have the Sage Town, you have, Keelum, you have, the Forsaken Ruins, Waypoint Town, let's assume, is just America thing. They didn't have much sorcery culture crossover. Yeah, you have Keelum here. And then you have, Summon Water Village, right? So you have all of this, which is part of this, like, network of, like, sorcery astrologer shit in this corner of the world. Then you, of course, have the Lascar and the Academy, and then the Carians in this corner of the world. Then you have their both of their origin points up here with the astrologer ruins and stuff in their corner of the world, right? So everyone's got their thing going. The popular magic type for Celia is the Olivinus school, though, which is curious since there's still a few Olivinus guys in Celia. If I recall correctly, Glintstone Star mentions that. Oh, I get it. The moon is still relevant. It's the degree of relevance that distinguishes them. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, the thing we have to keep in mind with a lot of, like, factions and stuff is there can be overlap, right? Like, you can have, Banished Knights who will accept, like, Marika's Erdtree order. And, like, Godfrey with, like, Sarash and stuff. Even though, like, their culture has, like, technically, like, a separate thing going on with the tree and the lion and stuff, right? Like, there can be overlap. It just sort of depends on the context for the developers to justify that sort of type of, like, assimilation of cultures, right? Kind of like what we talked about with the Nameless Eternal City and the idea of them becoming more, like, Erdtree tolerant while not necessarily abandoning, like, their cosmic bent. Or at the very least, not abandoning it completely. Because then you get Eternal Darkness and Estelle and all that stuff at the end of their history. Alright, anything else, guys? I'm starting to get a little tired, but I can go a little longer if you guys have some stuff you want us to really, like, go over. Why do the weapon piles have red cloth instead of yellow? If I had to guess, it's because the yellow cloth isn't really a cloth. It's, it looks like one of those braid things. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, those things you see on military uniforms. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I think they're often yellow as well. They kind of, like, they're like a bunch of different, I don't know what to call it, like, threads or something. You'll sometimes see it, like, on the ends of rugs as well. I don't know what the official term for that is. Actually, let me look that up. Military uniform diagram. Let's see if I can find it. 1900s, let's assume. God, I can't find it. I know it exists. I know I've seen it on, like, military stuff before. For, like, 1800s, 1900s, or whatever. So I'm not crazy, I know, at least. I call it cloth because I don't know what to call it. Yeah, I don't know what to call it either, Xavier. Anyway, why is it we got that instead of the other thing? Probably because, like you said, it hides the mistakes easier with the modeling. I'm actually inside the thing now. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I couldn't bother properly connecting them. They just, like, cut off the axe head and just connected the stuff. So it could be just that they thought that'd be a better way to hide it than using the other thing, because it's more rigid, right? You can just, like, okay, it's easier to get, like, a cloth wrapping around this thing and still have that, like, sway in the wind effect that, like, you'd want to have for one of these types of items. Tassels? Ooh, tassels! Yeah, that sounds about right. Tassels. That sounds like the right word. It's on the actual halberd model as well, and that doesn't have a flag wrapped around it. Where, let's try to find one of the halberd stuff here. Is this one of the halberds? I can't remember. No, this is a spear thing. Oh, how funny. They actually use 2 spears here. Lol. Oh, whoopsie. Alright, one of the halberds has to be around here. Maybe it's the one with the shield. Yeah, here's the halberd. Oh yeah, you got the flowing and the wind thing going for it. No tassel at the bottom, though, you're right. Actually, no, it's here, isn't it? Isn't this supposed to be the tassel thing? Though, yeah, it looks a bit more reddish. Yeah, it looks like it. They just didn't give it physics. In that case, I don't know then. Maybe it was a design thing. The red cloth makes sense again for the flowing in the wind thing. But I don't understand then why they would add the tassel but not give it physics, or keep the tassel and not give it physics. Yeah, it doesn't have physics. Loki, would you rather play DS2 or Fallout New Vegas? Fallout New Vegas, easily. Like, why is that even, like, a choice? God, let me play one of the best Obsidian RPGs of all time. Or let me play one of the shittiest FromSoftware RPGs of all time. Gosh. What a hard choice. How could I ever decide between them? In under half a second. Okay, guys. I'm getting tired, so... Yeah, ho 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 ho! Laugh it up, Hanardi. As if you were giving me a choice. Alright, let's see. No, nothing else I want there. Do I want anything there? No. Let me think. Anything else for Godfrey? Now that we got that, Scion out of the way. Nope, not here. I don't think there's anything relevant with the stuff going on with the Melania person underground. Unless there's, like, a thing going on with, like, Godric soldiers there. I don't remember. Were there any items irrelevant here? I don't think so. There were the serpent arrows here, right? I think. Go sleep. No! Not yet! I must confirm. If you go to Langdell's northwest gate and the high ground across from it, is Marika's bedchamber visible above the gate? Be it normally or with free gate. If you go to northwest gate. I mean this one here? Or this one here? I'm gonna assume you mean this one for the sake. The game was rigged from the start, weeb, lol. Yeah, no, they don't load it. The huge gate that leads to the flooded zone. Oh, okay, that's the gate you want. Gotcha. In that case, we can go here. Hey, buddy. You can see the building. But no, yeah, still no loading it in. In fact, they load even less than when you're at the other one, lol. But yeah, they do at least have the building visible and stuff, and they load in, like, the exterior. It's just not the inside. I mean, seen from the outside of Lingdale, not from within Lingdale. Ah, okay, I get what you mean, the Night Scout. So you want to check here. I posted a picture of a Kaled skeleton without horns, Loki. Oh, that's cool. Thanks, Xavier. So there is some variations to those. Oh, I made a mistake. Alright, let's go visit everyone's favorite nobles. Hey, Morgoth, can you let your boys in? Let me in! So let's see if, when I get really close... Hey, Erdtree. They actually do, in fact, have a low-quality model. Also, this seems to be the ash-covered version of the city. The more you know. I guess this could be also then just, like, we're getting really lazy with the normal version of the city. Considering, again, you're not going to see a lot from this angle, so just put enough ash. Ah, yes. But no, yeah, they do, in fact, include it all here. LOL! It's clipping through a lot of Morgoth's Arena, the low-poly version. Now that is funny, chat. So yeah, it is designed so you can see the bedchamber outside from different angles. Oh wow, the Ashen Capital, deepest lore. It was always burned. It's the Ashen model, that's funny. Yeah, you could just barely see it from up here. Azordi of America's bedchamber could be a remodeled version of the large tower seen on the Rust Emerald Shield. It's a very tall circular tower in the city. If I recall correctly, that tower was a bit more like a defense tower with the way it's structured. But yeah, I could see the concept, right? Like maybe it's a remnant of like the Sun Capital, right? And they just like remodeled it to be the new thing. I could see it, yeah. It sort of depends. Again, it sort of depends on how accurate the shield is. So like, because what we see is something like this, right? Where the tower's at the center and you have the walls. But is it at the back of the city? Is it at the front of the city? Like here? Is it like in the middle of the city and it's like the centerpiece of the city? Like, it's not clear looking at a 2D image, right? That's very, you know, that's stylized enough that you have some wiggle room on how exactly it would look. But yeah, I could see it. I think it's possible at least. Could definitely work. Could also be maybe it isn't remodeled, but it might be inspired by it. Again, I would really love to see the Sun Capital brought back in the DLC. Again, we see, like, some graves in Miquella's dream world that has, like, the Sun Capital holes for the graves and stuff like that. Like, some of the tiny ones that are, like, in those, like, grain fields or whatever that is. So I could totally see them, like, showing, like, Miquella, like, recreating the Sun Capital or whatever. And, like, imagining, like, this is, like, his Neo Sun Capital for his pure gold, like, empire or whatever, right? Like, something crazy like that. I don't know. We'll see with the DLC. I have zero expectations for the DLC, so I'm hoping I'll be wowed. I want to see, like... I want to be, like, amazed when they end up showing me, like, oh, all this stuff that they couldn't possibly show. Because it's all this stuff that's, like, background information and part of the older history, and they want to keep that for you to just simply infer about based on the scantest of information. And they actually, like, just kind of show you, like, oh, yeah, here's, like, an explorable Sun Capital as a legacy dungeon or something. Wait, so, This is about how America subverted sun worshipping and replaced it with the Erd Tree. Yeah, kind of, Kimley. I recommend reading my Erd Tree's beginning analysis on my website. That kind of covers the idea of, like, the Sun Capital and, like, its culture and how, like, its history up until America shows up. I'm currently working on, like, the part of the history after that with, like, America and Godfrey and stuff, actually, right now. Which, I'll have a draft upload. I'll have the draft uploaded after the stream tonight, so that way we can at least, like, have that part, like, all safely on the interwebs shared with all of you in case of worst case scenario. I still have to finish the America section, though. Organizing that one is surprisingly difficult. I don't know how much I want to talk about, like, her psychological and mental state, rather than, like, pepper it as we go through, like, various analyses. It's just very hard with something as big as Elden Ring, with such a huge history. Lanedale's walls have the same windowed walkways that the Sumrealm shield seem to have, and Lanedale's battlements seem to really flat ALA stormveils with grafted parapets removed. Somewhat. Anyway, if that's all we have to talk about, we're going to end things here, because I am getting tired. Oh, I see, it's the most recent entry. We'll check it out, thanks. No problem, Kimley, yeah. Always check my, my search page if you want to check, like, my most recent posts to see what my 3 most recent posts are, and my guide page if you just want to see, like, my recommended order for, like, all the posts I have available. Like, I have, like, what, like 3, 4, 5 Elden Ring posts now that are in, like, a certain order. Like, there's a bunch of holes in them, right? Like, I jump around and stuff. Like, I talk about the Godfrey stuff, like, sort of retroactively with, the Kaiden article, right? Even though I'm still working on the Godric, thesis right now. Though granted, it's coming together. It's just, I have to go through all of Godric's soldiers deserting him, one section after another. It happens in waves. I wonder if Mikola will be a boss or a Ronnie-esque NPC. I guess we'll have to find out, huh? Begging that he's a boss. God, Mikola, Phase 2, Trina would be super cool. I could totally see it. But again, we'll know, I guess, once we get more information. John said that Joff or whoever got his like a recent thing going at FromSoftware. So I'm thinking we could get news by the end of this week, before the month ends, or early next week, during the beginning of the month, which is about when I was estimating we're gonna start seeing the hype cycle go. So I guess we'll see how that goes. You just want to beat up a child. Wow! Slander! Mikola's a kid, so he might not be able to fight. Okay, he is the male equivalent of the 800-year-old lolly. I think it's fair game. I think it should be fine. Plus, if they turn him into, like, weird monster thing with Trina in Phase 2, I don't think players... I don't think it'll have a problem with the censors, right? I don't think it's going to become an Ocelot situation. You just have to make him... It's like Dead Space 2's, the Pack. Yeah, they're children, but they're not children, right? They're too monstrous. You can have plausible deniability in court. Stop, Loki! Also, his normal body doesn't seem to move at all. I'd be mutating, but I'm still actually dead. Okay, here's the thing. If we're talking about Mikola's dream world, then anything can possibly happen, because it's a dream world. So I don't think that's gonna preclude an actual boss fight with Mikola. Again, I think other things, like Mikola's already gonna have, like, different plot stuff going on with him that's gonna have him, like, pre-dead or occupied or whatever, so that we can't find him, right? Like a Velka situation, right? Like, he's out of the picture, essentially. You're never gonna get a Velka boss fight, just like you'll never get a Mikola boss fight, for example. But again, we'll see how Miyazaki handles it. Finally, FromSoftware will commit to a child we can hit. Come a long way since the filthy woman's invisible son, that is true. Anyway, I'm gonna end things now, guys, so later!